Today is our pre-Christmas day. We are gonna be spending Christmas at home for the first time this year. So we're doing our rounds with family today. I was supposed to wear Christmas pajamas, but I'm at that stage where if I wear pants, I'm gonna be hot. It doesn't matter how cold it is, I'm hot. We are officially 29 weeks. I have a couple more days to my follow-up appointment. I haven't vlogged because I've been kind of down. I'm just very anxious for that appointment. Make sure the baby's growing okay. As you guys know, the baby did drop several levels on the growth chart, which just is worrisome. So luckily the baby started very big, so the fact that they dropped a bunch doesn't put them in a danger zone. But if they were to make another drop like that, they would be in a really a danger zone. So I've been a little bit stressed about that, and I haven't vlogged, but I do want to document today, and I do like vlogging. I love editing, so this will keep me occupied. We made it to the first set of grandmas.
Yay, we did it.
I didn't bother putting their shoes on.
You want me to open it? Yes. That we can't do.
I told John I was gonna wear my Christmas pajamas, but I'm too big to even bother, and he's laughing at me that I was gonna wear my Christmas pajamas. Rude. So we did get some gifts, and now we're gonna let the kids go out. This is my mom's. This is not their Christmas present. She's had this for years. All the grandkids ride in this. So we're gonna let them play in that and then sit outside, have some fun. I brought lawn chairs because I cannot stand.
There you go. Keep turning it. Turn the other way.
Listen,
we're at the second grandma's house.
Warm up. We have to warm up in that one.
That one will catch fire.
Yeah.
We got Happy Meals.
Toys like that, okay? Be careful. What do you say, Doctor?
Okay, so for a mini Christmas update, the kids have tons of toys out. There's extra that I think is just too much that I have in the closet stored. I attempted to cook collard greens, and apparently I don't like neck bones as much as I thought because I don't like the flavoring and I can't get it right. So I'm very disappointed about that. I'm gonna do a mac and cheese. We're gonna go up for a nap for now. Oh my gosh, it's a lot. It's a lot. It is 5:48 in the morning. My appointment is at 7:30. I'm about to load the kids in the car, go to grandma's, and then go to my appointment. John's gonna meet me at the appointment because he worked overnight, and my appointment happens to be close to the area that he works, so I'm on my own getting the kids ready. I'm making good time. I don't know where my purse is. Hopefully it's in the car. I already curled my hair. I just got to take the scarf off. I have not vlogged because Christmas was here. My appointment is today, the day after Christmas, and I've just been super anxious and nervous about this appointment, so I haven't even been in the mood to do any vlogging. It's so weird. And candy, just in case they make me do the NSTs today, because I don't know, just as a reminder, the baby's growth had dropped a little, well, it dropped significantly in my last appointment just because the baby started so big. We're kind of in the clear because they did drop like a 40%. They went from 70 and now they're down to, I believe, either 30%. I can't remember exactly, but because we started so big, we're still in the safe zone. But now they just want to be extra careful, nothing weird's happening. So now here we are. This yet, but I told y'all will be seeing this dress. I do not have a lot of maternity dresses, and I don't like the whole trial and error of buying them and not liking them. So I'm sticking to like the 2 I have, and I typically wear like leggings and stuff. But I don't want to buy a ton because once you have the baby, I'm most likely not going to even like this dress. Not gonna fit the way I like and all that stuff. The update on the baby, if you watched and you've been following us, the baby was at 70 percentile for growth, and then I went for an ultrasound, and it had been 2 months since my last ultrasound, and the baby dropped from 70% to 31%, which is a significant drop. So my doctor had me come in 2 weeks from that last appointment, which was today, to make sure that we're not trending in a really bad direction. I have a history of, I want to say this right, it's called IUGR. I'll try to put it on the screen. Intrauterine growth restriction. I believe that's what it stands for. It's just when your baby is underweight. Now sometimes your baby is underweight and they don't really know why. Sometimes you just have small birth weights, but for mine it was specific because my placenta, when the baby came out for the C-section, the placenta was abnormally small. So my baby was also abnormally small, and they believe it was from the placenta not forming properly in the beginning, maybe possibly because I developed preeclampsia, which restricted the growth of the placenta, therefore restricting the growth of the baby. Long story with all of that, but ultimately I have a history of that. So for example, today the baby is estimated to weigh 3 pounds 4 ounces, and that is with a very unforgiving growth chart. So it tends to be quite accurate. It was at the specialist's office, and for example, John Jr. was born 3 pounds 8 ounces, and that was at 34 weeks, and I'm at 30 weeks 3 days right now. So yeah, this baby is clearly developing better than my first pregnancy, but they just want to make sure that it's not trending bad, and we need to like check on more things. They checked the blood flow of the placenta today. They did all that kind of stuff, and everything was good. So we were at 31 percentile 2 weeks ago, and now we're at 34 percentile. So that seems like we're trending well. We're not going down. 34 percentile is totally fine, according to my doctor, and it's right there in the average. And again, he's using a growth chart that is very unforgiving. He showed my baby on a couple different growth charts that are commonly used. I can't keep my train of thought, but I've been in a funk because I've been waiting for this appointment and I was worried. I've been checking my blood pressure a lot. I've been drinking water. I've been trying to eat, you know, a good amount of food. But normally when I'm depressed or sad, anticipating something like this, I would lay in bed. But I'm not able to do that because I'm a mom with 2 toddlers. So I've kind of done the same thing in other ways. Like I haven't gone out and done a bunch of Christmas festivities. We haven't gone to the Christmas lights. Like I've been really, really, really stressed because I'm worried about the baby. I was thinking like today that they may send me to the hospital. Like that's what happened with John Jr. Everything just went to the south and there was no way to recover it, and they sent me straight to the hospital from an appointment. regular appointment, they sent me to the hospital and I had to have him the same day. So that kind of birthed trauma, and I don't want to like overdo that because I know some moms have gone through much worse and they've suffered a loss and stuff like that. But it still was quite traumatic for me to go through that, and now we just anticipate something like that happening again and try to plan for it. So baby's doing good. I'll be back with him in 2 weeks, and then I will be with my regular OBGYN once a week starting after that. So my next appointment, I have a 2-week gap, and then I'll be going once a week from here on out until the baby is born, which is great. Gives me such peace of mind. But I will be getting my hospital bag ready. I have everything that I need in my cart, and I have a few things that I already have here at the house, and I'm gonna get that prepared within the next 2 days. And then I will prepare the baby's hospital bag in about, honestly, I should wait like 5 weeks, 6 weeks, because if anything, if they were to be born anytime between now and another 5 weeks, they're not coming home with me. They would be in the NICU. So I don't necessarily need to prepare that yet, and I probably won't. I'll probably wait close to 36 weeks before I do that. And that is just to guard my own heart. I mean, with Cali, I didn't even think about hospital bag. All I thought about was keeping that baby cooking inside of my belly. And I didn't even process the idea of bringing a baby home straight from the hospital because I did not know if it would ever be my reality. I just was thinking of getting to 34 weeks, getting to 34 weeks, getting to 34 weeks. Because I knew what 34 weeks looked like, and I knew what a critical 34 weeks looked like. So for me to get to 34 weeks without any complications, that was all my goal, and I would not allow myself to even think about bringing the baby home because I didn't want the disappointment. I wanted to just be grateful that the baby was born alive, healthy, and I was alive and healthy, and I didn't want to have any other expectations other than that. Bringing them home straight from the hospital and having them in the room with us in the hospital, that was just a fairy tale. Look at that. And at the last minute, well, before we made it to 39 weeks, and I was going in for my scheduled C-section, and I had the smallest little set of stuff packed in the diaper bag, like a little outfit and like a burp cloth, and that was it. I still, in that moment, even having like this full-term 8-pound baby that was kicking around, I still wasn't processing bringing them home because I didn't want to go there. I didn't even dwell on it very much. I was just like, we'll bring a couple of things in case we need it. I didn't even think about how it would be having the baby in the room with us, none of that, because we didn't experience it with John. We didn't experience it with our first pregnancy with John Jr. So, and it was heartbreaking, and I didn't expect it to be as heartbreaking as it was because I hadn't gone there psychologically. When he was born, it was unexpected. Like I said, we went to a doctor's appointment, and everything was bad, and he had to be born that same day. And
for your budding explorers, constant questioners.
After my C-section, like from the time they said I needed to have this C-section, and your vitals are this way, and your kidneys aren't performing the way they should, and your liver is gonna go next, and this is what's happening, and then they put me on the mag. I hadn't even processed that the baby's coming out. They're going to be underweight. The baby's going to be in the NICU. We're going to be in recovery without the baby. We're going to be in the hospital for 5 days. The baby's going to be in the NICU, not with us. I hadn't processed any of that. So when I got to my room after the post-op, and once I finally got off the magnesium drip, which made me delirious, I didn't even know anyway. And once I came to, it was like, because you're in postpartum unit, and you hear all the other babies crying with the moms, and then if you go out of your room, because I had a C-section, so you still have to get up and walk and do all that stuff. The other moms are pushing their babies in the bassinet. It was hard, but I stayed on top of that kind of depression that I could have fell into because I just thought about all the good. And it's like, my baby is in the NICU. They're thriving. They were doing so well. The nurses were kind. They're like, you call whenever you want to. If you want to call us 10 times a day, you do that. If you want to come up here 10 times a day, you do that. They were just so understanding and like compassionate, and I just was so thankful to have the baby. So I focused on that instead of dwelling on the actual circumstance that I was in, because I could feel the fact that it could be utterly overwhelming, and I didn't go there. And I've learned that because I've been in situations where I've been forced to do that in childhood. Don't get me started. So I kind of just pretended like the big dark cloud wasn't over me, and we got through that stage. And it took him being probably about 6 or 7 months old to where I wasn't ashamed to like show his NICU photos. I wasn't ashamed to talk about what happened and how I felt and stuff like that. And no, it actually took longer than that. It took about, after Cali was born and she was about 5 months old, is when I finally just processed everything I went through. And I shared a video on TikTok, and it got so much like well wishes and stuff like that, and it was really healing to process that. But anyway, I went on that tangent because the hospital bag is for the baby is something that I try to stay away from, because it can be so disappointing to be in postpartum unit with moms with other newborn babies that are crying, that are just, they're, you know, being swaddled and being changed and being loved on, and your baby's not with you. It's really, really depressing, and it's not something that's talked about enough. But tons of moms go through that. Anyway, I'm gonna clean up this kitchen. I don't know what I'm cleaning today. It's really not that bad. I'm gonna get some ice water, clean up the kitchen, put this trash probably out there on the thing because Sean needs to take it out. So yeah, what a journey. But today was a good day. Pretty good day.